What's up, y'all? Back at it again. Some more Rocket League, some more venting, I guess you could say. Happy Halloween. If you're going trick-or-treating today, which I'm pretty sure that Halloween has been canceled, but if you are for some reason going trick-or-treating today, please stay safe, wear a mask, social distance and all that bullshit. But hope you are having a nice Halloween this Saturday morning. It's been a minute since I last streamed, and the last time I streamed was on a weekend again. But, you know, I just got done watching a Diesel Patches video. Shout out to that guy. It's a really good commentary channel. I follow a lot of commentary channels just because they're very entertaining to me. I like them a lot. What's it called? But yeah, I just got done watching a video. It was like from a year ago, but it's still, it doesn't matter. The whole point of the video was there's this YouTuber couple, which after doing more research on them, they ended up breaking up, which good for the man in the video. But they're one of those YouTube prank channels, you know, the ones that claim to be very kid friendly, but they're really just like the most fakest shit you've ever seen. Like some of them will be like, oh, doing like a 3 a.m. challenge or something. They're on that level of fake. And this dude, I think his name is Chris. I don't remember too much of his name. I can look him up in a second. But yeah, his name is Chris, and he had a girl who he was dating named Queen Nalja or something like that. And this bitch decides that she wants to do a prank on him. Which, you know, if you're gonna do these fake pranks, as much as I hate you and think you're a scumbag for doing these kind of pranks, you do you. It's a free country, you know what I mean? But she decided it was a good idea to take it to a whole next level. So she decided to do I faked an abortion prank, where she goes and tells the guy that she got an abortion, even though she really didn't. And then at the end she goes, "Ha! It's a prank." And listen, I don't care what you are on the abortion debate. I'm anti-abortion. I don't think that abortion is okay at all. You can have your opinion. It's your opinion. You know, if you don't like it, then, you know, tough shit, move on. But I think anybody who is in this debate about abortion can agree on one thing. You shouldn't pretend to fake an abortion just to get a reaction out of somebody. And for once, this was a time where I saw something genuine in a prank. Because the guy, understandably, when he finds out that it was that she got an abortion, I mean, like, he's almost in denial in the beginning, and then, like, he just breaks down. And she records it too. She records it. You can even see him physically removing a tear, and it's a real tear. That man, if you listen to his voice, that man sounded like he was really heartbroken by it. And it just to me, it's just like, how low for money do you have to go for a YouTube video? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, our generation is fucked, man. Like, we are a fucked group of people if we're doing shit like this, because it's ridiculous. Like, again, it doesn't matter whether you're pro-abortion or anti-abortion. I think everybody can agree that faking an abortion is not okay. It's just not. some people are just like me who think that it's really evil and that it shouldn't exist. And you know, like this guy, I genuinely felt bad for him because, what's it called? She looked heartbroken by it. I mean, like, for anybody who's either live watching this or who's watching this on demand on my channel, you know, like, how fucked up? Like, how would you feel if your girlfriend came up to you and was like, hey, I just got an abortion, or I've been had an abortion for like a couple of months, but the baby wasn't really developed yet, so it's okay, baby. And then on top of it, what's even worse is she rubs it in your face that it was a prank, and then she was trying to get you back. Like, that is just something you just don't prank about. Like, period. That is just something that you just, you don't touch abortion. Especially considering it's one of the most touchy subjects in our country right now. It's a touchy subject. Like, how could you do that to somebody? I know damn well I would not, if I was a woman anyway, that I wouldn't do that. Because that's fucked up. And then in the argument that they have, the little argument that they have, she's like, oh, well, it's my body, my choice. It doesn't work like that when you all of a sudden just have this abortion without talking to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you're a couple and you have sex, that's your child. That doesn't just become the mother's child. At least in my opinion anyway. It doesn't just become the mother's child, because fathers are not second-class parents. Fathers are just as important as mothers are. So it's fucked up. It's fucked up. It got me sick to my stomach because, you know, not even the fact that, you know, I'm anti-abortion. It's just, how could you do that to somebody? You know what I'm saying? And I told you, you're doing this on YouTube. You're humiliating him. It's ridiculous. Because, like, what did that guy do? Like, most of these YouTube pranks are usually fake. Like 99.999999999% of them are fake. But like that wasn't, even though yeah, the abortion was fake, that guy's reaction was not fake. And I did some research because I'm like, there's no way that this dude stayed with this girl for after that prank. And I don't know if they broke up after that prank, but they did eventually break up, and they do have a son. And I guess they're in a beefy legal battle right now. And it's fucked. You just, there's just some things you just don't do for YouTube clout. There's just some things you don't do, and it's ridiculous. I just didn't know that there are these kind of people in the world that are that fucked up. It breaks my heart, honestly, and it's making me lose faith in humanity more and more as time goes on. So the bottom line is, kids or adults, for some reason adults are watching my channel for some fucking reason, don't do that kind of shit, man, for YouTube money. It's not worth it. I know one thing, you know, I use social media from time to time, but even when I used to get addicted to it, I never let it consume me. Like, sure, I would be addicted to like scrolling through Instagram almost every day, every start of my day. But like, I never got to the point where I started worrying about what my followers were. In the beginning, yeah, because, you know, when I first got Instagram and Snapchat and all that stuff, you know, people who were self-conscious about themselves, you know, they try to make it out to be like, you know, followers are all of that, but listen, I have like 300 followers, 350 followers on Instagram. By the way, at Armani is the name, in case you're wondering. But yeah, I have like a 350 followers on Instagram. I'm doing way better than I would expect on Instagram, honestly. You know, and I'm happy with that. I'm not, you know, I'm not complaining about it because I don't go on Instagram to get followers. I go on Instagram to look at posts, see what's going on, what's trending, how sports are doing, and you know, that's really about it. Even when I do post, it's usually gets enough likes to where I'm like, oh, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like, even if a video gets like 0 likes, I don't care. Yeah, if I'm posting something on Instagram, it's because I want to post it. But that's the problem, I think, with our generation, is that we're too hooked on social media. Not technology, because I would say you can't live in this society without being dependent on some form of technology. You know, because technology is just, it has changed the world. You know what I mean? So like, in that respect, I can't say that we're addicted to technology, but more like social media. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm not shaming everybody who uses social media, because not everybody who uses social media, you know, is like that. I know most of my friends, and not all of them, they're not addicted to what kind of fucking followers they got, or whether or not they're like fucking, I don't know, Instagram, where they have all the followers in the world, or something like that. But I just think that it's fucked up that we live in a society where some people can literally have a breakdown over Instagram or something. It's retarded. Haha, gotcha, bitch. So I bought Dead by Daylight. I got it on the Switch, and I played it on Xbox. Excuse me. I played it on Xbox beforehand, through Game Pass, because my friend Grace, if she had a YouTube channel, I would shout it out. I think she has a Twitch channel, but I gotta fucking... whatever. Not the point. Point is that she wanted to shut up about Dead by Daylight, and so, because the curiosity got the best of me, because, you know, when somebody keeps rubbing in my face that they like this game, to me, it gets me curious, you know? It's why I got into games like Minecraft and Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff like that as a kid, because people would just not shut up about it. But you know, I tried it out on Game Pass, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough where if I had the money on Xbox, I would probably buy it. But you know, it wasn't on, I don't usually play it on Xbox, because I share my Xbox with my sister, and I would have gotten in a PlayStation, but I forgot that I even had a PlayStation, because the only things that I really use in my house now are my Xbox and my Switch. And I also, another reason why I also didn't buy it on PS4 was because it wasn't on sale. Excuse me. It wasn't on sale, so I was wondering, like, why the fuck should I buy it on PS4 then? So I bought it on Switch. It's usually $40 on Switch, which I think is retardingly overpriced. If you're buying Dead by Daylight on the Switch, do what I did and wait for a sale, because that game is not worth $40 on the Switch. And I'll tell you what. So, I have it on Switch. I bought it for like 18 bucks. And the first thing that I noticed were the graphics were toned down. Like, a lot. Not like anything was censored or anything, but like, you know what I'm saying, like, a lot of shit was downscaled to work with the Switch hardware, which I expected it. But I was not expecting it to the grand scale of how it is on the Switch. I was expecting it to look a lot like the Xbox One version. Just with half the excuse me, half the frame rate. God, I'm so yawny today. But yeah, I was expecting it to look like the Xbox One version, just at half the frame rate. Which, by the way, let me just get this out of the way now. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy for this, but I don't mind playing games at 30 frames per second. I really don't. I can play Overwatch at 30, I can play games like Valorant at 30. I don't mind 30 frames per second, as long as it's completely locked. If it's not locked, that's when I have issues. Unless it's for a single player game like Doom, where it doesn't really affect me. As long as it's a stable 30 FPS, I don't mind dealing with 30 FPS. You know, unless the hardware can do more. Like in the Switch's case, I know it probably couldn't do 60 FPS for a game like Dead by Daylight, because it's terribly optimized even on the PS4 and the Xbox One. So, if it runs at a stable 30, I will play it. If the hardware can only push 30 FPS to get a decent performance, hey, I don't mind not having 60, even though that's what I would prefer to play with. Except for a game like Rocket League, which is what I'm playing right now, because this game is untouchable at 30 FPS. But, yeah, you know, so, whew, Jesus Christ. The graphics are toned down, and they're so toned down to the point where I thought I was playing a mobile game. That's not an exaggeration, by the way. And I usually give the Switch a lot of slack, but like, this time I was just like, why? I'm like, like, certain things look nice. Like the character models look exactly the same as the Xbox version, at least. It looks exactly the same. They have the same amount of detail to me. But just certain things like the walls, just mainly the textures. The textures are just like, they look so just low. But I don't care if the game looks bad as long as it performs well. And for the most part, it performs at a rock solid 30 FPS. For me anyways, from the experiences that I've had. I've heard other people have a little bit more dippy frame rates. The only time I saw the frame rate dip was when I got killed and hooked, and like it texted me all the way up from the little hooky thing. Sorry, I'm still a newbie to Dead by Daylight. But yeah, when you get hooked and the fucking hook takes you all the way up when you die, yeah, that's when I noticed the frame rate dipping. But other than that, oh, and when the fucking the generators explode, I noticed that's when it dips. But it's so short that literally it doesn't even feel like, it just feels like, it feels like an effect rather than, you know, you losing frames, if I could put it to you that way. So, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I definitely expected it to look much better than it does. Especially because the Switch is using Unreal Engine 4. I know the Switch can do more than just that. I mean, I've seen it look absolutely amazing. Yeah, so that's happened. What else has happened? I got a new haircut, and it seems that everybody thinks it looks 10 times better than what I usually get as a haircut. So I think I'm just gonna get this haircut from now on, because I myself quite like it a lot. My mom wanted to get me a fucking Ellen DeGeneres type of haircut. Like, I literally, in the most sun way possible, basically said, "Bitch, you have terrible taste," but in a respectful way. But yeah, I was just like, "This is terrible. No, I don't want this. I'm gonna get bullied." And like, usually I'm the kind of person that doesn't care about my appearance. I'm not really a picky person when it comes to what type of clothing I'm wearing, as long as I look decent. But if I had that kind of hair, I know that even I would hate it. So I went and tried to get me a mohawk, and I look better now. Way better than I feel way different than I did, like, let's say a week ago. Doesn't change me though. Still the same Armani that you all know and love. Rocket League is just one of those games that just, oh, me and my autism just love this game. I don't know, there's something about predicting where the ball's gonna go and all that stuff. Here, I'll just score that in for you, buddy. It's just, I don't know, this game, it makes me focused and makes me relaxed. I've never had a game like Rocket League before. So here, you can have the goal, buddy. And you fucking missed it. Oh. Oh. This will probably be my last match, and then I'm gonna hop off. Just feel like ranting for a little bit. So my next plan now is to get a gaming PC. I would say, oh, it's the same guy again. Not something that is like, you know, where I could play Fortnite at like 4K or something, but like something to where it's mid-range, mid to low range, somewhere around those lines, because I just want games. I just want to be able to play like Valorant and CSGO at a high enough frame rate. And also to be able to play games like Dead Space at nice settings and all that stuff. And Borderlands 2 and all that shit. Which, by the way, I have the whole series. I just gotta beat him. Yeah, so Nicaragua. It's a nice country. Just like the country Niger. Another thing that I'm gonna get for me is the next Xbox, probably the Series S. 'Cause I can't afford an X right now, and I don't have a TV that's capable of running a Series X properly. But I'll try and get the S. and you know, probably buy the next Yakuza, because that's the one that I really want. I don't really care about any of the other games. I don't care about Assassin's Creed Valhalla at all. Depending on how the new Madden looks on the fucking Madden 21 looks on Series X, I mean, yeah, on Series X, I might get it, but I don't know, man. The PS5, I feel like I'm being burnt by Sony for some reason. I feel like Sony is just the only thing that the only thing that they got is exclusives, and that's about it. Which Microsoft, I'm telling you right now, you need to do a better job this generation of giving people a reason to buy an Xbox other than just Game Pass, because while Game Pass is a cool feature, it isn't going to matter if there's no games to play, especially the games that you can't get anywhere else. You know, I don't mind them releasing their games on PC because at the end of the day, yeah, you can make the argument of just buy a PC, but some people who are buying Xboxes are people that don't want to fucking deal with PC gaming. They just, not that they despise it, they just think it's too complicated and just want really high quality graphics and great third-party support. So, you know, it just makes sense if you're somebody who's not a PC gamer but wants a PC-like experience to get an Xbox. It just makes the most sense, because that's literally what it is. It's a PC in a box. But they gotta do stuff to get people more excited about the Xbox brand, and it has worked. The announcement of Bethesda definitely hyped them up, gave them much hype that they needed to get people to buy more series consoles. But they other than the fact that their console is 10 times cheaper with the Series S, other than that, I don't see people wanting to buy a Xbox when they could just get those same games and more on a PlayStation. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I'm personally getting an Xbox because I don't really care about Sony's exclusives as of right now. Like, yeah, I want the Demon Souls remake, but I really don't want that right now. It's not a priority. I'll probably get the PS5 in maybe like a year or two. It's probably what I'm gonna do. Get it when it finally becomes cheaper, because, you know, right now $500 is not really working out too well, especially in the current economy that we live in. So, yeah. And the last thing I'm definitely gonna buy is if I don't get any of the first two that I just mentioned, this one is the one that I absolutely will force myself to get, is a bigger SD card on my Nintendo Switch, because God knows I need it. I need that space, like, badly. So, yeah, so it's my goals for the rest of this year, besides doing obvious stuff like getting homework done and stuff. So, yeah, the stream's about to end pretty soon. Thanks, man. Wow, you just let me win the match. Wow, thanks. Alright. Later, y'all.